Huebner is presenting. So the global constraints that Plato talks about when he speaks of Atlantis. It's outside of the Pillars of Hercules, right? So the Straits of Gibraltar. It has a proximity to Athens. It's close to the sea. It's west of Egypt. It has elephants, right? It has elephants. High mountains to the north. It's not located in Asia or Europe.
Exactly.
He goes on. Regional constraints.
Yeah.
It's an island. It's encircled by mountains. There's a presence of red architecture, white and brick bedrock. The list goes on and on and on and on. And these are all the criteria that Huebner unemotively, objectively applied to all the locations in the world. So we have a computer program with a map of the world and put these constraints in there. Also, logical constraints. The capital city of Atlantis should be located at a distance of about 50 stades from the sea. An ancient measurement, 50 stades is about 13 kilometers. We're told that the central hill of Atlantis should be low and gently inclined on all sides. The capital of Atlantis should be located in a particular way. And it goes on and on and on. So with the computer program that he generated, with all these criteria, not knowing what the answer was going to be, not caring what the answer was going to be, the results were fascinating. Because Crete, my choice, the scholar's choice, if you will, for Atlantis, because everything makes sense, it just fits, right? No, slightly more than the expected mean of 20. 23 of the 51 constraints matched for Crete. By comparison, this particular area of Morocco had 44 of the 51 criteria met. Again, Huebner has no desire, no vested interest in Morocco being Atlantis. He let the numbers fall where they may, and statistically, it is extremely persuasive. In other words, you wouldn't come to that conclusion by chance. It's statistically, a powerful conclusion. So we have to ask ourselves, did Plato just make it up? Is the whole thing
I like the absolute fuck.
Again, we saw that Solomon
Oh my God.
a couple hundred years
Boy, the
before
time
Plato
that
went
you sat around and thought about that, bro. You're like, all right, guys, I'm going to go out there and make this fucking video, and I'm going to propose that Plato just made it all up.
There's another story of Atlantis prior to Plato writing about it, which is interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
And we'll look at
Are
this
you on
in a
LSD?
moment, has a map of Atlantis, and he shows it in Morocco. That's interesting.
Your theory is too, bro.
But we have all these historians and famous people before and after.
Speaking. It has looked much better than before. Hey, how are you? I know it's been a minute. I am super duper excited to finally be able to take a moment. We never know how long those are going to be, especially in M's Mad World, and just chit chat with you guys about a couple things. For example, the reason why I'm so upset with the Dave Paulides, Joe Rogan, Spotify, Neil Young, whatever you want to call it, is because for a long time I've been fans of not only Dave, but also Brian Rose at London Real, as well as Joe Rogan. And I respect them all in so many different ways. However, and Joe, again, is entitled to have whoever he wants to on his podcast. But in light of the recent community tab post that Brian Rose had made about how Joe had extended an invite to him and how wonderful that's been for him since having that, interview with him, maybe, just maybe, Brian could reach out to his buddy Joe and find out why Joe is so adamant about not having Dave Paulides on there. It's not like Dave Paulides spreads misinformation or whatever, and I think it can't hurt to have diversity on the podcast. So all this time I hear that Joe's like all about free speech, and it's like, yeah, but you're censoring a dude. And not only that, Joe, because Trump is now supporting you, you kind of become the tool that you didn't want to be for that party. Does that make any sense? I sure hope it does. I've been a huge supporter of London Real, been a huge supporter of Joe Rogan, major supporter of Dave Paulides. Cannot speak to you enough about what a wonderful man Dave Paulides is. And he just had a new book come out. He also has lots of things to discuss when it has to do with mental health, personal and non-personal issues. We're both big supporters of mental health issues and erasing the stigma. And I just don't see, after some of the other questionable guests that Joe has had on his podcast, what would it hurt to have Dave on there? I mean, honestly, what would it hurt? That's all I'm saying. So, please, Brian Rose at London Real, this is to you and anybody else who wants to share it. If we're going to support Joe, we should support Dave, and then we should call Joe out on how he thinks that he's got this double standard way of doing things. And Joe, if it's because of some contract that you're under that you can't have him on there, that's censorship, and you should say something about that. But if it's a personal grievance, that's kind of shitty. You need that kind of diversity, I feel like. Plus, both of you guys are great hunters, so I don't understand why there wouldn't be so many things to talk about. I'm just saying. Think about it. Brian Rose, please help. Ted Nugent, if you could get through to him, do something. Somebody, anybody, please get Dave Paulides on Joe Rogan. It would be so freaking awesome. So, that was my rant on that. There's a couple other things that I wanted to point out. And they must have slipped my brain because of all of the freaking stress that we go through lately. I go into more details on that stuff in Tales from Ambers, and it's been a while since I've done one of those, so eventually there will be another one of those to fill in the gaps for the people that have been here since the beginning and are kind of confused about other aspects of what's going on and stuff like that. And so, also, y'all know me and y'all know how much I love my queen. Seems that our dear Dame is now selling merchandise in the Facebook marketplace as well. So please, if you haven't found her already, please check out Dame Von Bon Daisy on Facebook. So, let me go ahead and wrap this up for right now and show you, get working on the next video that's going to have art too as well. Hopefully things go right. That would be the case. And then I will see you all in the next one. I sincerely hope that everyone is having, I know we're all struggling right now, and it's so very important that we talk about mental health. So no matter what you're feeling, what it is, find someone. There are places out there that will listen to you, that will help you, that can talk you through this stuff. But please, NAMI, whoever you got to call, suicide prevention, whatever. If you need to message me just to talk, I will get back to you as soon as I send your message and we can talk. You got to reach out to someone or nobody knows. And then your lot is no longer here. And then trust me, when you're gone, you may not think it, but people do miss you and they do love you. So just reach out. That's all it takes. So until then, it's like much love, guys. One love. Good vibes. Real quick, this will be at the end of this video. If you want to do a Zoom conference with me within the next 2 or 3 days, you need to leave it in the comments of this video or try to reach out to me by email so I can get you scheduled in, because it will be a private little group conference. But if you all want to meet up with me and ask questions and stuff like that, that would probably be a great place to do it. So probably check me out there, okay? And I will see you guys in the next one. God, that is so incredibly bright, is it not, guys? What I'm about to do is hang my, up here on this wall, hang my, this one wall, hang my Shiva flag back up, if you hold on, or Krishna flag. I cannot remember that off the top of my head. Today, guys, sorry, I'm super overloaded in my brain fog today, so let's see if you guys will be able to see me this way, because I'm going to be right here. Yep. So I'm hanging this up because tomorrow, of course, is Super Bowl Sunday, and normally, we all know, if you've been watching this channel for a while, that I am actually a not a Bengals fan, but a Seahawks fan. But seeing as how they didn't make it to the playoffs or to the Super Bowl, really, I decided that I'd wait till it came down to the last 4 or so teams and go from there. So I was super stoked when, of course, Patrick Mahomes did not make it, unfortunately. I know some of you probably hate me for that, but it is what it is. And also, my Chinese zodiac just happens to be the year of the tiger. So, therefore, you know, I got to represent. So when I found out that it was the Bengals, then that it is also going up against the Rams, who my sister just happens to be an Aries. So, you know, this is kind of like a other offshooted rivalry behind the scenes that we have going on here. And please send prayers for my sissy. She always could need the prayers. Always. She's got a lot of struggles that she goes through with her own personal life. I don't disclose that here because it's not my place, not my business to do that. However, she's still my baby sister, so I do like to get, you know, prayers in for her when I you know, when I can and when it comes up. I'll have to work on those later because I can't stand those little flappy things. But what matters is I think I got that bitch centered straight up. And pretty much level, so yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty straight to me, except that one side could go up a little bit more. What y'all think? Look at that. So, yeah, I got that hang up. I got some other stuff that I'm working on too with the rearranging over there. And I also am playing some of my videos in the background to do some more editing stuff with them, or see if I can change thumbnails and do different things that I've come across in the analytics side of this. So if you are a creator and you don't know about the studio, then definitely check that out. It's a good place to go over analytics and stuff, which is also why I've separated my room over here, so that tomorrow if we do have guests, we have like a nice little area over there. So that's what I'm working on today. And then I will also be able to get that Joe Rogan and Brian Rose video topic discussion up very, very soon, as well as a case that just recently come to light to bother me. Of course, you guys know I still follow along with all those true crime cases as well. And, of course, painting, the first 2022 painting of the year. Because it's time. It was needed. I needed a new painting and needed a new little thing for the channel, logo maybe. Who knows what it's going to turn out to be, but it's going to be a good one. You know me with my black and white, but who knows what kind of surprise colors we're going to have. So make sure that you stay tuned for that as well, because it's all coming soon. Maybe all in one video, maybe spread out over a couple videos. I'm not really sure yet how I'll integrate it, because you guys know my format is just as spooky, crazy, kooky, and formatic as me. So I appreciate you all so sticking around and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys all really soon. Let me know who you guys are going for and what you guys think of all that stuff, so we can talk about it in the next one. Remember, one love. What was it? Much love, one love, good vibes, and good night. See, my brain is just, I need coffee. I'm just waiting on creamer. So as soon as my buddy gets back with creamer, I will be able to have some coffee and hopefully keep chugging along for the rest of the day. So, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.